Hi, I'm going to show you how to plot the following graphs over here using Seaborn's LM plot. So we are going to use the penguins dataset, as you can see over here. And if you look at the documentation, what LM plot does is to combine reg plot and facet grid. So it's a convenient interface to fit regression models across conditional subsets of a dataset, which is exactly what we're going to do over here. So let's look at the data first. So we have species, island, bill length, bill depth, flipper length, body mass, and sex. So let's plot first the bill length against the depth. And as you can see over here, we will use seaborn.lm plot. It's pretty straightforward. You basically just specify x-axis and the y-axis and you're done. As you can see with Seaborn plotting functions. So it even has that confidence interval that we saw in the last graph. So this looks a bit, the data points doesn't look linear, right? So what you might want to do is to plot the same thing, but you change the order. So basically you can experiment a bit with the order. So order equals to 2 basically means that there's an order of 2 polynomial that this graph is being fitted to. So it tries its best to fit it against a curve. So you can order equals to 3, so another polynomial, which this one looks a bit better. But for illustration purposes, let's just stick to linear. So basically order equals to 1. And let's also specify the hue this time. So if you specify the hue, you're actually dividing up the data set according to the species. So you can see the different hues shows different graphs in this same graph over here. So it looks pretty nice. And what you can also do is to specify the column equals to sex. So it means that it divides up the data set to male and female in different columns, and you can see the regression plots over here. So maybe the behavior of a female penguin is different from a male. So this is a quick way to see whether there's any linearity between different facets of the dimensions itself. So I'm going to show one last plot, which is making use of the facet plot, the facet grid, sorry. So you can see that we specified the columns equals to sex and the species equals to the row, and it actually divides up the graph more clearly into several iterations, combinations of the dimensions itself.
PyTalk.